Hello and welcome. In today's class, we'll see how we can write a Java program to check if a given number is a Pronic number. This question appeared in ISC Computer Science 2023 Specimen paper. So according to the question, we have to design a class Pronic to check if a given number is a Pronic number or not. A number is said to be Pronic if the product of two consecutive numbers is equal to the number. So here are some examples. You can see the product of two consecutive numbers results in 0, 2, 6, 12 and so on. So 0, 2, 6, 12, these are our Pronic numbers. These are the specifications of the class. The class name should be Pronic. It has a data member num to store a positive integer. It has a default constructor to initialize the data member. Then we have void accept num to input a positive integer. Boolean is Pronic. This is a recursive function that is going to check whether the number is Pronic or not, and accordingly it's going to return a Boolean value true or false. And check function is going to call the isPronic function, and whether it receives true or false, based on that it's going to display an appropriate message. So we have to specify the class Pronic, giving details of the constructor, the accept num function, isPronic function, check function, and we also need to define a main function to create an object and call the functions accordingly to enable the task. So that's our question. Let's start writing the program. So here I have created a file pronic.java. Let's start with the import statement. Then we create our class Pronic. Then we have a data member num. And then we create a constructor, the default constructor. So public Pronic. And we can set it to 0 by default. Next, we have to create the accept num function. So public void accept num. Now this is where we are going to input the value from the user. So we need to create the scanner object. And now we ask the user to enter the number. Enter a positive integer. So num equals integer dot %, in dot next line. Now we have to create that recursive function isPronic. So public, its return type is Boolean. So Boolean is Pronic, and it is taking a parameter v. So we can start with v. So v into v minus 1. If it is equal to the original number num, then we can say that it's a Pronic number and we return true. This is one base case. Another base case could be if our v has become less than 0. In that case, I'm going to return false. Otherwise, I can go for a recursive case where I will write return isPronic v minus 1. So I'm starting with the greatest possible consecutive numbers, pair of consecutive numbers, and then I keep decreasing the value of v each time. So in between, if I get a pair of consecutive numbers whose product is equal to the num, the function is going to stop. Or while decreasing the value of v, if v becomes less than 0, then also I'm going to stop and I'm going to say that no, the given number is not a Pronic number. So this is the function, the recursive function, and now we can create our check function. So public void check. So if is Pronic, and it's going to pass the original number num, and accordingly it's going to print. So if it is receiving true, then we are going to print num is a Pronic number, else num is not a Pronic number. And now we just have to create the main method. And one more thing before I forget, in the question it was mentioned that we have to make sure that the number is positive. So here when we are inputting the number, if we find that our number is negative, less than 0, then let's update it to a positive number. So num equals num into -1. Or we could have also written math.abs of num. So it will always guarantee that a positive number is taken. And now we can create an object of the Pronic class. So Pronic obj equals new Pronic, then obj dot accept num, and obj dot check. And check in turn will call the is Pronic function, the recursive function, and it's going to display a proper message accordingly. So our program is complete. Let's save and check the output. So Java Pronic, enter a positive integer. So if I enter 6, so yes, 6 is a Pronic number. If I enter 12, is a Pronic number. 0 is a Pronic number. Then 2 is a Pronic number. 3 is not a Pronic number. Then similarly 4 is not a Pronic number. So our program is giving the correct output. So that's all for today. I hope you have understood how to write a Java program to check if a given number is a Pronic number or not. Thank you for watching and see you soon in the next class.